WCBI News at 10 starts now.
We saw more severe storms sweep across the region this weekend. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jory Talley.
And I'm Cash Matlock. Now, the past 3 weeks have been full of back-to-back severe weather threats all across the southern states. Now, the National Weather Service out of Jackson says that even though it's not April yet, this type of weather behavior actually isn't unusual.
Felicia Bowser with the National Weather Service in Jackson spent Sunday morning assessing the damage of Saturday's storm.
We're looking at damage indicators, and trees are definitely one of them. See if they snapped or uprooted and whatnot. And of course, structural damage to homes. That's another indicator. Like if a tree fell on it, or if we see a lot of wind damage to a home, roof tearing apart and whatnot. So there's several indicators that we can look at. We do look at our radar, so before we go out, we make sure we look to see where did that storm occur, take a look at that rotation on our radar, and we base that rotation when we go out and make sure we hit that same particular area.
Bowser says the Huntsville tornado was thankfully a lot different from the devastating Columbus tornado 2 weeks earlier.
Damaged houses, churches, it was just everywhere, and it was so much damage that it took a while to survey.
Weather experts say severe weather usually happens in April, but sometimes storms can pop up earlier.
Well, actually, we're starting to ramp up into our peak severe weather season. March kind of gets up there, and definitely April, that's our peak month. So this isn't unusual, actually.
And she says Mississippi residents can expect even more bad weather in the coming days.
Oh, we've been looking to see what's happening in the coming week, and right now it doesn't look severe right now, but it does look like it's going to be quite a bit of rainfall. And with a lot of places having ongoing flooding right now, of course that's not something that a lot of people want to hear, but we are going to keep a close eye on it.
Well, Saturday's tornado in Montgomery County has been ranked an EF0 by the National Weather Service in Jackson.
That's not the case in Tishomingo County, where the National Weather Service says an EF1 tornado touched down Saturday there in Tishomingo County. The tornado passed through the Goat Island Recreation Area east of Highway 25. 15 to 20 manufactured homes were damaged and 3 others were destroyed. The tornado also hit an RV park, knocking trees into campers and trailers before crossing the river and lifting. Luckily, no one was injured.
The American Red Cross continues taking applications for disaster assistance. The organization has set up in the lower level of the Trotter Center in downtown Columbus. Anyone affected by the tornado in Columbus or Lowndes County can apply. Now, workers say that assistance from the Red Cross is separate from any other benefits and any other agencies.
Well, this process includes they would sit down with one of our caseworkers who would ask how they were impacted by the storms. The caseworker would help them develop a recovery plan, offer them resources within the community that are available to them to help them make sure that they have adequate housing, foods. We want to make sure that they have the medications that they need. We also have an emotional support team if they feel like that could be beneficial to them as well.
Registration will be open Monday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Well, it's time now for our first look at our forecast with meteorologist Jacob Dickey. Hey, Jacob.
Hey, Cash, we want to revisit some of those storm reports we had over yesterday, in fact. The EF1 tornado was in Tishomingo County that we saw earlier, some of that damage. Crossed through that area, the recreation area that is, and then over the river into the Yellow Creek nuclear plant area. So if you're familiar with that area, that's where that was. Another EF0 up in northern Tippah County, that passed through Walnut, and then, of course, the one down in Huntsville, the National Weather Service in Jackson surveyed. Some hail and wind in towards Choctaw County, as well as a couple of trees down in Columbus yesterday. One of those trees came down before the storm, those strong south winds. Another one during the storm then knocked out some power for folks on Blue Cut Road. Right now in Columbus, it's 61 out there. The dew point is at 50, so some drier, cooler areas on in here. Seeing the nice weather really today continuing through the evening here, 62 in Macon, 60 in Amory. We're heading for the 50s overnight tonight. We'll talk more about the storms later this week, coming up in just a bit.
He's a former state Supreme Court Chief Justice and the son of a former governor, William Waller Sr. Now, Bill Waller Jr. is running for the state's highest seat. Waller recently kicked off his press tour across the state and stopped by Columbus. He's traveling and meeting with media outlets to make the formal announcement of his decision to run for governor. Waller will be running on the Republican ticket. He says education and infrastructure are at the forefront of his agenda.
The number one issue to me is roads and bridges, and we have a crisis in the state of Mississippi on that. The bond issue or the money that was borrowed during the special session this summer, $250 million is simply not adequate to address our needs.
Lieutenant Governor Tate Reeves and State Representative Robert Foster are also on the GOP ticket.
Well, springing forward is here, which means it's a good time to check on some things around the house. And since you've already either changed your clocks or maybe still need to, you can also check the batteries in your smoke alarms. Amory Assistant Fire Chief Lee Wright says that it's always important to make sure they're working and suggests that checking when the time changes. He says it's even more important if you have older smoke detectors that don't have the long battery life of newer models.
Some of the newer smoke alarms now, you can't even replace the battery. They say they got a lithium battery that's supposed to last for 10 years, but I have seen them in a couple of years, actually go bad. So, but they just still do make the ones that you have to change the batteries out in them. And like I say, even the other ones, you want to test them once a month.
Wright also says that you might want to consider purchasing a fire extinguisher. He says Amory residents can call the fire department for help with their smoke detectors and that most other communities should provide the same service.
Well, a Starkville woman and her family will soon be moving into a new home. Habitat for Humanity held a groundbreaking earlier this afternoon to celebrate what's to come. Our Stephanie Poole has the story.
Breaking ground means a new start to a foundation. In this case, it's the beginning of a new home for the Rice family. Friends and family gathered in support of Starkville's Habitat for Humanity construction work that started on Sunday. Homeowner Erica Rice says she is already thinking about all the memories that will be made here.
It makes me feel real good. Like, I'm so thankful for everybody that came out today to help start my new journey, and it's a wonderful feeling. This is the good part, the beginning of everything.
It takes a Habitat team an average of 3 months to build a house. Students from Rockford, Illinois, along with 8 other volunteers, are lending their hands to help complete the structure. Project manager John Brazil says working with families is more than just building a house. It's building a forever friendship.
That's part of the payback to the process, is being able to interact with the homeowners, get to know them, and realize that, yeah, this does make a difference. I think Erica's just overjoyed. And that's a fun thing to see. She's probably going to cry a little bit just watching it happen. And she's a really nice human being, and I'm really so happy for her.
As for the Rice family, a bigger place and more rooms for everyone to enjoy is something she and her children are looking forward to.
Very excited because they're going to have their own room and more space, and we can just be free. It's ours, so that's the good part about it.
Reporting in Oktibbeha County, Stephanie Poole, WCBI News.
The home is expected to be finished in May. Well, coming up after the break, we've got this week's Mom to Mom. Stay with us.
Easy lunches for on the go. That's what we're learning about on this week's Mom to Mom.
Hey moms, today on Mom to Mom, we've got a quick and easy lunch on the go.
This is so simple.
Yes. It's perfect for busy moms on the go that are eating in their car. It's healthy. You're not going through the drive-thru.
Yes.
So I'll show you how to make it.
We're always on the run.
Right.
Always.
Yes. And I love this because you can prep it in advance and it doesn't get soggy because we're going to put our dressing on the bottom. So we're just going to start with chickpeas on the bottom. And then we're going to go feta, tomatoes, cucumbers, shallot, and then top it with romaine. Put our little lid on and fridge ready to go.
I mean, so simple.
Yes.
So lettuce now.
Yes, you can do that or the feta cheese.
Okay, so I mean, it just depends on what you want on your salad, really.
Really, yep.
You get as creative as you want.
And you could add shredded chicken. It's really what you enjoy, but the key is keeping the dressing on the bottom.
Exactly.
And then you just dump it out when you're ready to eat it.
Exactly. That's perfect. Grab it out.
Love
What
it.
I like. That was so simple, and I love that you can just take it with you on the go.
Yep, it's
That is
perfect.
everything.
And you can make these for the whole week. Like I said, we put the lettuce at the top, it doesn't get soggy.
Yes.
And you just grab, put it in your bag, and go.
I love it. So perfect. And it's healthy.
Yes,
Because
and it's
so often moms are like going to the drive-thrus.
It saves money, and it's better for you.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I love
All right.
these.
All right, moms, we'll connect with me on Facebook, and I'll see you all next week.
Mom to Mom is brought to you by Mom to Be on Wilkins Wise Road in Columbus.
We've
got some scattered showers expected over the next couple of days. In the middle of the week brings a storm system with some impacts into our region, but cooler, quieter, and drier weather is around the corner. I've got details on that coming up next after this break.
Your WCBI First Alert AccuWeather forecast with meteorologist Jacob Dickey.
What a nice day we had. Temperatures were nice and warm. We saw a little bit of sunshine and kept things dry and quiet on this Sunday. Still 60 right now in Tupelo with winds, a little bit breezy at times, but very much a spring-like feel to the air tonight. 61 is the current temperature in Columbus. It's also 61 in Amory, 58 in Calhoun City, already down to 55 in Oxford. As we look at radar, we are dry across the region right now. I expect that to change in the next 12 hours or so, but we'll enjoy the drier weather while we can take it. Tonight, we'll get down to 50, some upper 40s and low 50s out there, mostly cloudy. An isolated shower not out of the question, particularly close to Monday morning, and we'll see north winds fall down to 3 to 6 miles an hour. On the day Monday then, into the upper 50s for many of us. Some of us do get into the 60s. We'll see some showers out there with north winds between 5 and 10 miles an hour. I think we're going to be a little cooler in the Golden Triangle and points to the south because of some afternoon showers for us. 59 in Macon and in Columbus, 58 in West Point and Starkville. We'll get to 57 in Ackerman. Over in West Alabama, much the same, some below 60s there, 61 in Reform, 62 in Vernon. Solagent will get to 61 Monday afternoon, and some upper 50s and low 60s in the Tupelo area. I've got 61 in downtown Tupelo, New Albany, 60, 58 in Oxford, 61 in Water Valley for our Monday afternoon high. Here's what radar looks like right now, and I think this is a great proxy for our Futurecast here. See that band of showers off to our north, a few little scattered showers to the south. Futurecast says that that band of showers will move our way by the morning hour. We may see some scattered rain showers across our area, and that may continue through the day on Monday here. I don't expect a lot of lightning or thunder at this. Some very light activity. Rainfall amounts should be on the light side from this overall. And the showers continuing in the Golden Triangle along and south of US 82 Monday afternoon. That's why we're just a tad cooler than places to the north and to the east. More showers are possible than as we go through the day on Tuesday. It's something to watch here. But overall, again, rainfall amounts are light. Not expecting a lot of impacts from this, and no severe weather is anticipated through Tuesday. We'll have to watch to our west by Tuesday, though. This is a strong low pressure system that lifts up to the north and to the east. We have to watch this cold front here. Wednesday, the day looking dry. By Wednesday night, then a line of showers and storms will carry on through our area. Heavy rain expected. We'll have to watch the chance for strong storms still with that, and still seeing some rain in our region on Thursday during the day. Things should clear up by Thursday night. Could see some heavier rain with this too. 1 to 2 inches of rain area wide can be expected. Some spots seeing more, some spots seeing less through Thursday afternoon. In addition to those storms, I expect Wednesday and Thursday to be a bit windy. The good news, though, is by Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we're drying out and cooling things off, and it looks like we'll be entering a bit more of a quieter pattern.
The Bulldogs look for the team's first SEC championship victory against Arkansas. Those highlights are next in sports.
Your WCBI Sports with Courtney Robb.
Mississippi State with its 4th consecutive trip back for the SEC title game, hoping that this one will be the one where confetti hits Vic Schaefer and his team right in the face. Let's get to Greenville, South Carolina. It's title time. Mississippi State and Arkansas battling for its first ever SEC tournament crown. Vic Schaefer praying for that confetti to drop. It was Big T's world. Arkansas just living in it. McCowan dominating inside all game long. But along with McCowan off the bench, Breamber Scott was scorching, drains the triple shot, and that would cap off an 18 unanswered run for Mississippi State. The Bulldogs getting contributions from everyone. Zaria Wiggins spins, takes it right to the hole for 2, and the Bulldogs in complete control. Tierra continuing her dominance inside, 24 points, 14 rebounds on the day for the SEC Player of the Year. The icing on the cake before half, Scott again from 3. She'd finished with 20 points on the day. The Bulldogs up by 20 at the half. MSU staying in the flames in the second. Nice inside-outside game. McCowan finds Espinoza Hunter for 3. Andy finishing with 24 points and 8 3-point makes. Jordan Danbury with the block takes it coast to coast, finishing with the mid-range J. Mississippi State wins its first SEC tournament championship, dominating Arkansas. A final of 101-70. McCowan named tournament MVP. Vic Schaefer gets to enjoy the confetti for the first time. WCBI Sports' Tom Ebel recaps the monumental win from South Carolina.
Vic Schaefer's dream came true. At the sound of the final buzzer Sunday, it was his Mississippi State Bulldogs team that was showered in the confetti. The first time in program history, MSU named SEC Women's Basketball Tournament champions. The Bulldogs capping off a dominant week in Greenville with its best performance saved for last, cruising past Arkansas 101-70.
We played hard today. We played with poise and we played together, and we came out with the victory, and that's what we get.
We get to stay out in the confetti, play around, take pictures, celebrate that moment. And the other time we were going to the locker room, trying to figure out what we could have done or what we didn't do. So, I mean, it was just a good feeling being out there on the court with the confetti falling.
It's about them. It's about those kids. Nobody knows how hard our kids work except me, my staff, and to see the fruits of their labor come to fruition. It just, as a coach, it's why you do what you do.
The Bulldogs were explosive from the jump, shooting a blistering 63% from the field and 67% from three, draining 12 of 18. Tierra McCowan and Jasmine Holmes starred, but big supporting performances from Bree Amber-Scott and Andra Espinoza-Hunter showed how good this team can be when clicking on all cylinders.
It is a different team, but that doesn't mean we're not as good or better. I think that it's still out there whether we can be better. And that's what I've said all year, is that's my challenge. Is I think the upside for this team is still off the chart.
Now the SEC champions' attention will turn to the NCAA tournament, the next part of this story that includes unfinished business. It remains to be seen if the Bulldogs will receive a top 4 seeding or where in the country they'll be placed. But for Schaefer, none of that matters.
We'll go wherever they send us. I'm not trading my team for anybody else's. I'm taking this group and we'll go play. And I don't care who it is or where. I could care less. I think these kids feel the same way.
We can do anything we put our minds to. This team is different than last year's team and the teams before. I just feel like if we play together and execute the game plan and do what he says, I mean, he's done it before. And today we proved that we can do anything we put our minds to.
The Bulldogs will have to wait until March 18th to plan its course back to the Final Four. But until then, Hail State Hoops can enjoy yet another program first. Another one off the checklist. Reporting in Greenville, South Carolina, Tom Ebel, WCBI Sports.
Well, titles on titles keep on returning back to Mississippi. The championship Owl team returns home to Columbus. I have more on that next in sports. Stick with us. The MUW women's basketball champions returned to Columbus after securing a USCAA national title yesterday. The Owl squad was greeted by fans as they got off the bus in front of Pole Gymnasium. This was the first USCAA national championship win for the team. Keon Bailey earned MVP honors after scoring 28 points in the game. The Owls finished the 2018-2019 season with a 21-6 overall record.
Not too many coaches can say they won a national championship in their very first year in building a program. But we got a great group of young ladies in that bought in how we needed to play. And they executed and they stuck with the game plan the whole year, the whole season. And when we got to the national tournament, we didn't change anything. We played the way we play.
It was very exciting. For some people, it was kind of nerve-wracking because they've never been on this stage before. But, we just had to come together and settle down so we could come out and win the game together as a team.
Mississippi State looking for the 3-game sweep over Maine at Dudy Noble. Bottom of the first, no score and 2 runners on. Justin Foscue grounds it out to short. It's going to be good to bring in Jake Mangum for the RBI single. Still in the first, Dustin Skelton sends one out to center. That's going to score Tanner Allen, and Mississippi State now with a 2-0 lead after just one. We'll jump to the bottom of the 5th, 2 runners on and 2 outs. Foscue put that baby in drive because it is out of here. The 3-run homer for Foscue to have the Bulldogs leading 6-2 over the Black Bears. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. It's tied up at 7. Gunnar Holter with the beautiful bunt. It's going to advance Landon Jordan to second. And the Diamond Dogs now with 2 runners on and in scoring position. And then Jake Mangum this time. He's going to send one right up the middle. Landon Jordan going to try to make it on home. Maine unable to get there in time. And Mississippi State takes back the lead with just one run. And now still in that 8th inning to finish out, Elijah McNamee knocks one into left. And Gunnar Holter gunning it on home for some cushion for the Bulldogs. Mississippi State goes on to get the win 9-8 over Maine, the 11th consecutive win for the Bulldogs, and it marks another 3-game sweep. Ole Miss closing out its 3-game series earlier this afternoon. The Rebels with a home run by Thomas Dillard would finish off the sweep with a 2-1 victory at Swayze Field over UAB. Dillard with the home run and 1 RBI. Anthony Servadio scoring the other run of the game. And next up for the Rebels, ahead of them, it's going to be a 2-game midweek top 10 matchup. Try saying that 10 times fast. At number 8, Louisville, Tuesday and Wednesday. You'll have to keep tuning in to WCBI Sports for those highlights and score updates. That's it for sports. We'll have the last look at your forecast coming up after the break. Stick with us.
WCBI sports coverage of the SEC basketball tournament is brought to you by Wade Incorporated. Bank first, a better way to bank. And visit Columbus, the city that has it all.
Got a chance for a few showers Monday and on Tuesday. Wednesday, today looking okay. We're focusing Wednesday night into Thursday for some strong storms and heavy rain. Nice next weekend.
Good. The severe weather, one after another, huh? You'll have a great week. We'll see you back here tomorrow night.